we have some disheartening news regarding Joel Embiid in what is surprisingly like the worst way I think you can describe a knee injury. He has a displaced flap of his meniscus. Just call it a tear. Why aren't we calling this a tear? Like, that sounds like a tear to me.
Tear is a scary word.
Displaced flap is way scarier.
The whole spread of information during this has been strange.
It's been
The
super
wording
weird.
of everything has been different.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they're not just being more forthcoming about this.
Yeah, it's almost like one guy's trying to control the whole news. I think for this, obviously Embiid's going to be gone for a while. He's opting for a procedure. They are not ruling out that he's done for the season, but unless he comes back and he's just like completely pain-free, moving like he hasn't moved before, Jay, why bring Embiid back this season?
Yeah. To me, especially, they're not like the title favorite regardless, right? Like that team to me is still another piece away. I think they're actually fortunate in some ways that it happened before the trade deadline, because they were a candidate to go out and get some help and try to upgrade the roster around Embiid and make a big move to try to position themselves to be in a better chance to compete for a title. And now I think they'll maybe take a different view, preserve some of that cap space that they're going to have coming up. And to me, whether he comes back or not, he's probably going to be compromised. And this team with a compromised Joel Embiid, even if he's on the court, is just not going to be good enough. They rely on him for so much. And I mean,
like
with the way the standings are, while he's out, they could slide a while. Their defense has been disgusting since he's been out.
They have a little bit of a cushion between where they are in like falling to sixth and then seventh if they were to fall out of the play-in tournament. But I mean, we got a lot of season left without Joel Embiid going to be in the mix. Josh, if Embiid comes back and we're unsure of his status, like obviously you're not taking the Sixers against Boston. Would you take them against Milwaukee?
I don't think so. I think, listen, like the Sixers, for better or for worse, have been extremely cautious when it comes to Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why that they would change anything going forward, especially with the slide that they might take without him. So I like, even if he is quote unquote healthy, I don't think they bring him back regardless. They've been so cautious with him with everything, right? I think
I would take 5, like if not pre-injury, but with this injury and him coming back, like even like let's say he came back the week before the season ended for some reason, right? Like and they were going to be in the top 6 or they managed to avoid the plan. Like I wouldn't pick them against Boston. I wouldn't pick them against Milwaukee. No. I wouldn't pick them against the Knicks.
I know you wouldn't pick them against the Heat.
Cavs. No, but I mean, I wouldn't pick them against the Heat anyway. They always lose to the Heat. Like they always lose in the second round. But like, there's probably at least 5 teams I'm taking over this Sixers team. Plus, like, maybe Embiid can be healthy.
Right. I just don't see it. I don't see the need to rush him back when, to be completely honest, like going into this offseason, like Embiid is a huge draw for someone to come play in Philly. He is a massive draw for some star somewhere who's looking for a change to want to come play with Embiid, play with
and Maxey.
The best player
a stud
and Maxey, play with Maxey, exactly. Like that is a team that is enticing. They're a team that is one piece away from being a serious problem for people in the playoffs.
They have a ton of cap space this summer.
Exactly. And they have some decent pieces that they can move in order to make a play at becoming a contender. So I just think they sit on it, wait, see what happens in the offseason.
And I think the other piece of this too is that he does have now a long injury history. This is his second injury to this meniscus, I believe. And so he's had knee issues before. He's obviously a huge guy, puts a ton of pounding on his knees when he runs. And you just need to be cautious. I would be super cautious with Joel Embiid. That, as Brett Brown used to call him, that's the crown jewel. Like this guy was having an unbelievable season. He was like Kobe Bryant with Kevin Durant's accuracy from the mid range. It was insane. Like the footwork that he has, the touch that he's developed on that jump shot. Like he became just impossible in that mid range area to stop.
Yeah, it's like 35, 11, and like almost 6 assists on like 55% shooting.
What I see, he's on pace to be the first person since Wilt to average 1 point per minute played.
Yeah.
And he never.
Yeah, he has more points than minutes.
Absurd.
He has more points than minutes as of right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.